Hey everyone, it's been a while since I actually made a commentary video. I've mostly just been editing clips and streaming, and one of the main things as well is playing Battlefield 6. And that's the topic of this video. I almost gave up with this game and was about to sell it to get Black Ops 7. I'm glad I didn't, because my main issue was bloom, visibility, and some other stuff. Like, it was just gameplay stuff. They ended up fixing it on the day I was about to head out to sell my copy and basically go to GameStop to get Black Ops 7. I saw that there was an update, and I'm like, you know what? Let me play one match. It's not this one, by the way. I didn't even record. I just decided to record this match. Like, after going on a couple of losing streaks, this was probably the closest match where I actually played decently well. But yeah, I almost decided, okay, I'm just gonna sell this copy and just go get a copy of Black Ops 7 because I just want to play some kind of arena shooter, at least something a little more grounded, despite the fact that I'm bouncing off walls and everything. Oh man, I'm just glad I didn't do that because, yeah, I guess the issue was the bloom was just messing up my shots, where I would line up the shot on someone, shoot, and sometimes the bullets wouldn't hit properly. That's not a problem anymore. It just feels like a more grounded shooter, and it honestly feels very nice now playing this game. I'm actually playing as if I was playing Battlefield 4 all over again for the first time, minus the takedowns, which I don't know if that's still a thing or not. But yeah, things are not looking good for Call of Duty, and there's nobody to blame but Activision after years of them being shady and SBMM. And I don't even know why I'm the one trying to tag in, being the 100th person saying, oh yeah, this game's dying because of skill-based matchmaking. I'm one of the few that doesn't really give a crap if it's going to be putting me against sweats. The only thing is, if it's going to be doing that, I don't want the lobby to disband, because it's going to get annoying where I get one match where I go against some of the, those Call of Duty CDL sweats or whatever that just slide around, jump all over the place. We lose either by close or we get stomped or whatever, and then it just disbands the lobby. And then now I'm playing against a lobby of people that just bought the game or have never played a shooter before, because the last match ended so badly for me that the game wants to give me. I don't want my matches to be like that. I didn't care that skill-based matchmaking was a thing. I just cared that the lobbies were disbanding. And apparently one of the things I saw was the lobbies they don't disband anymore, which was one of the reasons I almost decided to get a copy. But supposedly now it seems like if you do a little too well, the lobbies will disband. It's basically, they kind of rug pulled, where they said one moment, oh, we're not gonna, skill-based matchmaking is toned down compared to the beta, which they kind of worded it funny, which, comparing now that they're losing to Battlefield 6, whatever strategies they're trying to do to weasel their skill-based matchmaking back in, it's not a good time. Right now, no one's even talking about the game, and the only people that do talk about it, because mind you, I'm uploading nothing but Battlefield 6 clips, and all I'm getting is Call of Duty clips or Call of Duty posts saying the hate for Black Ops 7 is forced. It's like, dude, they had that hate brewing for years now, and now that they're finally doing something, I'm supposed to forget the 6-7 years of the six. I'm not gonna repeat myself. The years of them basically just lying and manipulating and doing all that. I'm supposed to just forget that just for the couple months that they finally do something right. That's not how that works, at least for me. They screwed me over time and time again. I try to give them a chance. The last game I gave a chance to was Cold War, and after that I was doing nothing but playing the free trials that they seem to be doing when the game sells well. But I don't know, because usually they're always talking about, oh, the game did extremely well, but this time it's like based off player feedback, Call of Duty is doing really good. It's like they're wording it to basically not admit that they're losing or that the franchise is doing worse than it should. And like I said, there's just a lot going on right now that they did it to themselves, that the franchise is so disliked that only the hardcore player base is still on their side. Like I said, I still want to play some shooter, but the $70 price tag for Black Ops 7 just doesn't entice me. $60 if I want to get a used copy at GameStop. Or, and I'm probably gonna, this might be the option because, like I said, I don't want to base my opinions off everyone else hating on the game because, like I said, the last Call of Duty I properly bought and tried to invest into was Cold War. After that, it's been nothing but me playing the weekend trials that they've been seeing me to do. No, actually, no, that's a lie. The last time I actually bought a game was Vanguard, but only because I got a $5 copy at Best Buy. But other than that, I just don't want. Like I said, I'm waiting for like a massive discount. I work retail, and one of the things they seem to do every year is after Black Friday we get a 25% off coupon. If I'm lucky, maybe Black Ops 7 might go on a holiday sale, 25% off of whatever the sale could be, and that's probably the cheapest I'm ever gonna get a copy. But it's a huge maybe at the end of the day because that still involves giving some money. And like I said, I don't know. The yearly releases wore me out, and it gets tiring of just having to every year repeating the same thing of Call of Duty is back, we're doing this and this, and then after a few months, it's not even January when Black Ops 6 basically died out and people are already fed up with Call of Duty. I think it's more or less, and they need to do this, otherwise the use of AI in Call of Duty is going to skyrocket to the point that anything involving Call of Duty is just AI generated down to the guns or the game playing itself because of AI. If they decide, because they're already losing to Battlefield 6, they need to just admit that they were wrong, that Call of Duty is too big to fail. It clearly failed. And they lost to Battlefield 6. Next year, they're going to lose to Grand Theft Auto 6. There is no doubt about that. Because the last time Call of Duty went up against Rockstar was Black Ops 4, and that did not turn out well because they had to compete with Red Dead Redemption 2, I believe it was. I gotta look up on that one. I think it was Red Dead because I believe, man, I don't know, but yeah, they really should they lost this year. They just gotta accept the fact that maybe instead of yearly releases, they need to just bunch up Treyarch, Infinity Ward, and Sledgehammer all into one studio, similar to how Battlefield's a bunch of studios merged into one, and we got this. They can't be doing this yearly release of this year is Treyarch's turn, this year is Infinity. That business model is dead, just like the loot box system that they try to do, and their bad attempt at trying to be the next Fortnite. They are, like I said, at this point, them using too much AI, them still trying to do yearly releases. Whatever strategy they thought was going to be working in the long run to just pump out Call of Duty and print money, that's clearly dying. They gotta switch up fast. The most they're gonna do is more than likely Black Ops 7. If it doesn't pick up, they're probably just gonna dump everything that they've had working for it, and start throwing more bundles to get some money out. But then after that, I don't know. I think that Black Ops 7 had potential, but they took way too long trying to make skill-based matchmaking, lobby disbanding, all this stuff for player retention. It's finally coming back to bite them in the ass, and it's not gonna work as much as it used to. I'm pretty sure with Modern Warfare 2 was the last year that they got away with it. After that, they should have just stopped, but they just kept going. And now that they actually are undoing it, it's too late, because now there's gonna be. Because right now, even I keep saying Battlefield 6, but there's also Arc Raiders. There's other games out there that are going to be taking the spotlight from Call of Duty that it really gives you the option. Do you want to play a brand new experience, like an extraction shooter from this game? Do you want to play a military sim-ish with Battlefield 6? Or do you want another yearly release from Call of Duty? Because like I said, the keyword is another yearly release. Because if people are like, nah, I don't feel like Call of Duty this year, next year, another Call of Duty. And then they're going to be like, I wasn't that interested in last year's Call of Duty. And then it's going to keep going like that, where there's just no hype. People are just basically worn out from just, if one Call of Duty sucks, then they know, okay, I'm only gonna play it for like 3, 4, 5 months from now, and then it's another Call of Duty, and that cycle can only last for so long. They were able to get away with it, but now that competition is suddenly coming up, because like I said, maybe they got a little too confident that Battlefield wasn't going to work out because of Battlefield 2042, which understandable. That was like the worst one imaginable. But they're listening to players. They're doing everything that people have been asking them to do. And the franchise is blooming to the point that they openly announced that Battlefield 6 is the best selling game of November, as of them, EA and all them saying that. Call of Duty can't even say that. They have to word it weirdly where they have to get some kind of win. Like, oh, we had this many players on this day through Game Pass. We're still doing good. Like, they're wording it like they don't want to admit that they're losing in a way. And yeah, that was a lot of ranting. But yeah, I'm still iffy. I do want to play Call of Duty, especially a Treyarch Black Ops game, but it's become an iffy situation where I don't want to shell out $70 for a video game that, if I don't like it, then chances are next year it's just going to be a different. I'll see too, depending if there's like a weekend, and I'll give it a chance then. But for now, I'm just not really looking to, I don't want to just buy a game that I'm not going to fully enjoy. I enjoy Battlefield a lot, but I don't want to do that with Call of Duty, because then I'm stuck with a copy that I can only turn in for credit. Because, yeah, I don't want to. That's why I've been also looking into getting physical disc as well, because I learned my lesson buying digitally, which Cold War was the last one I did that. After that, I think, Vanguard, I got lucky getting a disc copy of that for $5, but I just don't want to keep buying a Call of Duty if it's going to come out every year, and knowing how everyone's feeling about Call of Duty, meaning that despite the fact that there's no skill-based matchmaking, what everyone's been saying is going to scare away, the more casual players. So if I decide to go in, I'm only going to be playing against the hardcore player base, and I just don't want to, Anyways, I feel like I've ranted on long enough, because there's really not much to say. Call of Duty Activision's been saying they've been too big to fail. They failed. Battlefield 6 took their spotlight, and Activision's and Treyarch and them have been really quiet about this whole mess. And holidays are coming up, and I just want to see what they'll be doing next before I decide if I want to play it, because the whole low lobby disbanding thing and reduced skill-based matchmaking looks fun, but they've just been doing some shady stuff that, for all I know, maybe it doesn't look as it's going to be like what they say it is. Maybe it's like I don't know. Because all I'm seeing is just videos of, what's it called, of the video of Call of Duty not doing so well. And at first, I mostly saw it from Nero and Blame Truth, but now I'm seeing it with, what's his name? Chaos? And more recently, I even found T-Dog, which was one of the weird ones, because he's the dude that always says Call of Duty is so back or whatever. Makes a video saying, don't buy Call of Duty yet. And it's just like, and all people are talking about is how bad the campaign is, which, I really could care less. They should have never just made it a campaign based, like a sequel to Black Ops 2, because the original people that worked on that one aren't even in Treyarch anymore. That's another reason why I'm just not really hyped about it, because Black Ops 7, like, they made it basically go all the way to 7 for some reason, and I don't know. I think I've said enough anyways, because at this point I'm just going to repeat myself, so I'm just going to go ahead and end the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Tell me how you're enjoying, or whatever, how your thoughts about Black Ops 7. And yeah, you can follow me here if you want. I also will be trying to stream more on Twitch, because I've been trying to build that channel up. And man, this the algorithm brutal trying to grow a Twitch channel these days. But yeah, give a follow there as well. I'll at some point leave a link with all of my socials in the description. And until next time, see you later, everyone.